A very good morning and Jai Hind, children. Children, we have completed the previous chapter of biology, that is components of food. So this is your biology class. Children, we have completed components of food and that is only the syllabus of your PT2. Today now we will start with our new chapter, that is living organisms and their surrounding. Children, this chapter is very interesting. So it is very easy topic and it is a very easy chapter. We are seeing all these things around us. So we are going to study about that. Okay. Don't worry, the chapter components of food, I'll revise it with you before your PT2 exam. So keep on learning, learning the exercises of that chapter. We'll revise it again. Okay. So let's quickly start with our new chapter, that is living organism and their surrounding. So as the name of chapter says, living organism. Children, it is there in your book, chapter 10 at page number 109. So please open your book, chapter 10, living organisms and their surrounding at page number 109. And be ready with your pencil. Ready, children? Now can we start? So as the name of chapter says, living organisms and their surroundings. So what do you think is a living organism? The things that are living in nature. Okay, like we are living organisms. What else is a living organism? Plants. Plants are living organisms. Animals are living organisms. Alright, what about microbes? Microorganism, very tiny small microbes. Are they living or not living? They are also living organisms. Alright, so everything, this organism that are present in this earth is divided into two parts, living thing and non-living thing. Yes, living thing are those who can walk on their own, who can eat on their own, they can grow. Alright, so those things are called living. And what are non-living? Non-living things are those who cannot move, like table, chair, bed, mobile, laptop, camera. They cannot move. Okay, they do not breathe. Alright, they do not take oxygen and exhale out carbon dioxide. So they are non-living. Okay, living are those who can breathe, who can walk on their own, who can talk, who can grow, like from a smaller to a bigger one. They are called living things. Okay, so now in this chapter we will study about living organisms and what are the things present around those living organisms and how it is important for them. Okay, so this is the chapter number 10, living organisms and their surroundings. So children, now tell me, is there any place on this earth that does not contain living organism? Just think of it. Microbes are also living organisms. So is there any place where living organism cannot survive? No, there is no such place on this planet Earth where living organism cannot survive. Even in our hand right now there are small microbes and germs. Okay, everywhere living organisms are present, either in the form of humans, animals, plants or microbes. Human, animal, plants we can see, but microbes we cannot see, but they are present. They are living organisms. Okay, and they are present entirely everywhere on this earth. Okay, be it a desert area, be it a polar area, be it an aquatic animal, everywhere living organisms are present. Okay, so in this chapter we will study about the living organisms and their interaction with non-living things and their interaction among themselves and what are the habitat and their adaptation. Okay, so let's see what are the topics that are included in this chapter. So I am sharing this PPT. So this is chapter 6. Sorry, class 6. Your chapter is 10, living organism and their surroundings. Okay. Now can you see this figure? इसमें which is living and which is non-living? So we can see these animals. So they are living. We can see the grasses. They are living. Air is non-living. The cloud is non-living. Okay. So this is the complete environment. This is the complete environment. Okay. Environment includes living also. It includes non-living also. So we'll see later. Okay. So there are some topics that are included in this chapter. So the topics are environment. So we have to study about environment. We will study about biotic and abiotic components of environment and their interaction. How biotic and abiotic components are interacting with each other. This we will study. Then we will study about habitat. Children, here biotic and abiotic is nothing but living and non-living. Biotics are living things. Abiotic are non-living things. Okay. What is habitat? Habitat is a place where the animals are surviving. Like we are living in our home. We are living in our house. So this is our habitat. Okay. Similarly, animals live in forest. So forest is their habitat. Okay. So we will study about different types of habitats of different animals. Then we have types of habitat. This will also study adaptation. Adaptation means like there are some organisms that lives in water. There are some organisms that live in desert. There are some organisms that live in very hot climate. Some lives in very cold climate. So adaptation is how the animals are surviving in different types of climate. Like we are surviving in different climates. Like we are surviving in summer also. We have seen the season of very cold. Okay, so we have the adaptation to each of the seasons, each of the climate. Similarly, same goes with the animals also. Okay. So we'll study about this adaptation in detail. So these are the topics that are included in this chapter. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, children. So what is this? This is a camel, and camel lives in desert. Okay. Elephant. Elephant lives in terrestrial or land area. Okay, or in forest we can say. Okay, what is this, children? This is a tortoise and it can survive in water. There are various fishes also in this figure. Okay, then we have this. This is penguin. So they live in different habitat. So let's see. Camel live in a desert area. We have the forest or a terrestrial area. We have aquatic area. We have a polar area. So in every type of climate, whether very hot or very cold, whether it is a land or water, everywhere the living organisms are present. Okay, so living organisms are present everywhere. Okay, the living organisms live everywhere, even the small microbes are present everywhere, entirely everywhere in this universe. So this is very important. So children, now we'll start with our first topic, that is environment. So the first topic of this chapter is environment. So we'll start with environment now. So what is environment? Let's see. Okay, so what is environment, children? So what is environment? See, the environment term, environment is derived from a term called environal. Okay, and this means surrounding. Okay, this means surrounding. Okay, right now you are sitting on the chair or on the bed, wherever. So everything that is surrounding you, the air, the water, the chair, table, book, pen, pencil, everything that is surrounding you is your environment. Okay, I am standing here, so air is present around me. Okay, this board, this table, everything, book, pen, pencil, chalk, everything is surrounding us and is included in environment. Okay, so environment basically means surroundings. Okay, environment basically means surrounding. And if you look very clearly in your surrounding, so you will find that there are only two types of things present. First, living, and second, non-living. So I am standing here, so I am living. Do you have any doubt? No. So I am living. Around me, like I have an environment around me, everything else, like this board, this chalk, this duster, alright, everything is non-living. Okay, so surrounding includes two things. It includes living and non-living things. So it includes living and non-living things. Okay, now as you have grown up, now you will say living as biotic. Living is called biotic and non-living is called abiotic. Okay, living is called biotic, and non-living thing is called abiotic. So in this chapter, now we are not going to say living things and non-living things. What we are going to say? We will say biotic and abiotic. Okay, so around us the things are biotic and abiotic. Okay, now children, everything that is present around us, are they useful or not? Are we dependent on them or not? Like take for example this board. This board is non-living. Okay, I am living, I am biotic, and this board is abiotic. Okay, so I am dependent on this board to teach you. Okay, similarly, to write on this board, I require this chalk. So this chalk is non-living or abiotic, but I am dependent on it. Okay, so I am just trying to explain, children, every biotic and abiotic things are dependent upon each other. So, environment includes two things. It includes biotic and abiotic component. Okay, biotic component includes plants, animals and microbes or small microorganisms. So plant, animals and microorganisms are biotic component, biotic or living. Okay. Abiotic component includes every other thing like air, water, soil, even chair, table, everything, this board, duster, everything is included in a biotic component. Okay, this biotic component are dependent on a biotic component. Like we cannot survive without air. We are biotic. We cannot survive without air. We cannot survive without water. We cannot survive without soil or temperature or humidity or the furnitures that are there. We cannot survive without that. And these things cannot survive without us. Okay? So biotic and abiotic components are interdependent upon each other. ये एक दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होते हैं. So now this interrelationship between biotic and abiotic component is called environment. Okay, so let's see what is environment. So let's quickly see what is environment, children. Okay, so what is environment? Environment is the surrounding. It includes all living, that is biotic, and non-living, that is abiotic organisms and their interrelationship. So I hope this is clear. Okay. Now next we have ecology. Next is ecology. Ecology is the subject or it is the study of relationship between living things and their environment is called ecology. जैसे जब हम प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स के बारे में पढ़ते हैं या हम केमिकल्स के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, so this physics, chemistry, bio is included in a subject called science. ठीक है, वैसे ही जब हम environment के बारे में पढ़ते हैं तो the subject is called ecology. Clear, children? The subject that deals with the environment is called ecology. ठीक है, so this ecology term was first given by Ernest Haeckel. He is the scientist who gave the term ecology. Clear? So children, this you have to study in this chapter. Okay. So now let's see what are the components of environment. So there are two components of environment: living or biotic component, non-living or abiotic component. So living or biotic component includes plants, animals and microbes. Non-living or abiotic component includes air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature and other non-living things. So these are the two components of environment. Okay. So children, now please open your book. Let's see what is written in your book. Open page number 109. Children, open page number 109, chapter 10, living organism and their surrounding. Okay, chapter 10, living organisms and their surroundings. So let's start. Okay, living things live everywhere on this earth. They live deep inside ocean where no light reaches. They are present deep inside the ocean where light is not present. It is totally dark. They also live in high mountains which are always covered with snow. Okay? They live all around your house and also inside your house. In fact, several organisms even live inside your bodies too. So let's see, like organisms can live in the high mountains, they can even live in the ocean, they live everywhere. Small microbes live inside our body also and helps in the process of digestion. Okay, so living organisms, living things are present everywhere. Okay, plants and animals living in different places are different from each other. Like we have seen the figure, तो जो एनिमल डेजर्ट में रहते हैं वो अलग तरीके के होते हैं, जो टेरेस्ट्रियल लैंड में रहते हैं वो अलग प्रॉपर्टीज होती है, उनकी अलग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक होते हैं. जो वहाँ पानी में रहते हैं उनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक अलग होते हैं, जो पोलर एरिया में रहते हैं उनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक अलग होते हैं. लाइक आई कैन शो यू अगेन दैट फिगर. So let's again go to that figure. See, the camel has a long leg. Camel has long leg because it is living in a desert area. Okay? Elephant has a small leg and has a heavy body. It lives in a terrestrial area. This penguin, they have small legs. Okay, they have very small legs. So they live in a polar area. Okay? This fish and tortoise, everything, they are having a streamlined shape of the body. Okay, like aeroplane. So they have a different characteristic altogether. Okay, so the animal that live in a different habitats have different body structures. Okay. Even it is seen in case of humans also. So the person, the humans, those who are living in mountain or hilly areas, they have very small eyes, small hands and everything. Okay, so even that these things are seen in humans also. So according to the environment, the plants and animals adapt themselves. So this is called adaptation. So let's see again in the text what is written. Okay, so plants and animals living in different places are different from each other. They adapt themselves to their surroundings. Now this is clear. Living things do not live in isolation. कभी भी living things अकेले नहीं रहते हैं. All organisms, both plants and animals, need food and other material from their surrounding to survive. Air, water, soil form an essential part of our surrounding. So we are dependent on air, water, soil. We cannot survive without them. Okay. So let's see, everything surrounding and affecting an organism is called environment. The study of relationship between living things and their environment is called ecology. So this is the subject that deals with the environment, and environment is the surrounding which contains biotic and abiotic components. So now let's move to the next page. Okay, our environment is made up of living and non-living components. All of them interact with each other. The living biotic component includes living organism like plant, animal, microbes are included in living or biotic components. Non-living or abiotic components include air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature, etc. So these are non-living things and non-living components. Okay. These constitute the abiotic or physical environment. These factors affect the living organism found in the area. Okay. Now biotic and abiotic components constitute the natural environment. The environment that is occurring naturally. ठीक है, they are called natural environment. Plant अपने आप हुए हैं, ठीक है. We humans are natural. Nobody has made us. Okay, so we are included in the natural environment. Now, what is human-made environment? The forest is a human-made environment. The places where we live is a human-made environment. Okay, villages, houses, everything is human-made. So let's see. Human beings are also a part of the environment. So we are also a part of environment. We can change the environment to suit our needs. हम अपने according environment को change कर सकते हैं. Okay. So today we do not live in the natural environment such as forest. अब हम forest में नहीं रहते हैं. हम कहाँ रहते हैं? We live in cities. We live in the villages. We live in a house. And everything is made by humans. So they are called human-made environment. जो चीज human ने बनाई है, घर human ने बनाया है, ठीक है? Everything that human has made is called human-made environment. So environment is of two types: natural environment and human-made environment. So natural environments are those environments that have occurred naturally. Like all the biotic components are naturally occurring, so it is a natural environment. Whereas the things that humans have made are called human-made environment. So that was about natural and human-made environment. Okay. So if you study the environment in different areas such as desert, hilly, coastal areas, you will find that environment is different but the basic components are same. Like, let's see the figure here. In desert, just a second children. So in desert we know the trees and plants are less in number. In desert the trees and plants are less in number and you can barely see the plants and water. लेकिन उसके बाद भी यहाँ पे एनिमल्स पाए जाते हैं. दो प्लांट्स आर लेस इन नंबर बट इट इज देयर. Okay, so living and non-living things are present in the desert also. Then we have hilly areas. Even in hilly areas, biotic and abiotic components are present. In coastal areas also, biotic and abiotic components are present. Even in polar areas also, biotic and abiotic components are present. So whether the temperature or the area is different, everything, everywhere, living organism is present. Alright. So next topic we have is biotic components and their interaction. So children, let's again go to. So we have studied about what is environment, what are the things, what are the components of environment. We have studied about the components of environment. Okay, so this was the basic concept of this chapter. We will study about these topics further in the coming classes. So children, please keep on studying, keep on revising the chapter, that the previous chapter, components of food, that is coming in your PT2. Prepare well. So that's all for today's class. Thank you and Jai Hind children. Please stay safe, stay home. Okay, thank you.